Have you ever wondered why?
When?
How much?
What if?
Well, you're in luck, because you're listening to the Hypotheticast.
3 best buds.
On a mission.
To ask all the questions?
And get all the answers.
I was born with both guns blazing, and I do think I'm amazing. You got the dignity to feel a little about yourself. I don't care what your preacher says. I got my own vicious ways. Only got one commandment and it goes, I'm killing it. I'm killing it.
Hello.
Hey, Emily.
My name is Emily.
Yep, I'm Mike.
Yep, I'm David. And this is, of course, the Hypotheticast.
Welcome to hibernation.
Is that spelled Hyber space Nation?
Yep.
Because that's how I felt it.
That's how I feel it too. This is going to be an episode where we riff on the theme of hibernation because it's winter, it's dark, it's cold. And why do we want to do anything? We don't. Why would we get out of bed ever? Nothing is worth it. Put me to sleep.
Oh, wow. Put me to sleep. Jeez.
Not like that.
Emily's
like,
going to a farm in the country.
Let me sleep. I wish we
Yeah.
hibernated so badly. So the basic premise is just what if humans hibernated? And I want to leave it open to different ways that might look. So
Okay.
it could be, I'm going to read the definition here of hibernation. It could be more like the way some animals do it, where we would not be fully conscious, sort of go into our body functions would slow down. Or it could be, let's just say society shuts down.
Oh, like
And
the whole...
we are to stay in our homes. Like the idea is that we just prepare, hunker down and stay inside and get lots of rest and that sort of thing. But we are not necessarily like unconscious the whole time. So the definition that's here on the internet is hibernation is a state of inactivity and metabolic depression in endotherms. Hibernation refers to a season of heterothermy characterized by low body temperature, slow breathing and heart rate, and low metabolic rate. It most commonly occurs during winter months. So hibernating animals, squirrels, hedgehogs, groundhogs, the fat-tailed dwarf lemur.
Oh,
I want to know more
I
about
was
you.
reading about that one. So on the article about the fat-tailed dwarf lemur, it can hibernate for 7 months.
Big booty.
It hibernates in the tropics because it's in Madagascar. There's this line here. If the tree hole in which it is sleeping is not well insulated, its body temperature fluctuates in accordance with the outside temperature.
Wait, why do they need to hibernate if it's Madagascar?
It just wants to, I guess. It wants a nap.
I
Bigger
guess.
question. What's a tree hole?
I think you know.
Like a knot? Like an
No,
owl
a knot-
lives in?
a knot is like the
different.
outie.
But like the
hole
outie
is the innie.
The innie.
That's a really good way
So
of putting
they're in
it.
the innie.
Yeah.
Like an owl or a bird.
Sure.
But they're a fat ass lemur.
No, they're not. They're fat-tailed.
Fat-tailed.
Like I said, fat
A
ass.
tail is not an ass.
I don't know if you're right about that.
There are people with tails. Tails are a distinct thing from
Hold
an
on.
ass.
He has
Did
a
you just
little-
say there are people with tails?
Yes.
There are?
Yeah, look it up, dude. That's not this episode, though. That's for our tail episode.
Oh my God.
We should do that.
This episode is about hibernation.
Yeah, you're right.
So you were discussing the option is... I mean, I don't see an option where like society doesn't shut down. Like, how does hibernation work if we don't all shut
but I'm
down?
saying these are the two main ways I could see it going.
What was the first one again?
The first one is like the animals, where like we get our houses ready, we like board up all the windows, we eat a ton of shit,
Like the purge.
and then we like get a nest of blankets and like get in it, and then our heart rate slows down and our breathing slows down, and we are literally like essentially in a sleep stage. I think that animals in that stage can like get up and move around and stuff, but they're still in like a different place.
If a predator emerged and was threatening their life, I think they would
they're not like in a
probably
coma,
be able to wake
but
up.
they're not in their like full active state.
It's like the
they
deepest.
can
So-
wake up. Yeah.
It's like that. Or it's just like a societally like agreed upon, like we're all gonna like hang out in our houses for 5 months. Peace.
Sounds nice.
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
Just clarifying. this happens to everyone either way, right? This isn't like
Correct.
just
Yes,
me
it's not
hibernates.
just you. This is like
that would make my life harder.
this is everybody. And then I guess what I want to talk about is just like what would that look like and what would be good about it, what would be bad about it.
Yeah.
Because right now I just want to do it and I need reasons not to.
Oh, so you okay?
Talk me out of it.
We can talk
I mean,
you out of it.
can
No, I can't.
buy an apartment and stay in it.
I mean, you can, I guess.
I mean, I guess I could.
But you couldn't really. You could do the part where you lock yourself away, but you couldn't really turn off your body for 5 months.
No, or
that's the part
but like
of it that
the
is
thing
not
is,
available to
I think the thing is, it's not available to me to make it okay.
That's true.
So you know,
And it could be.
yeah. But you don't actually have to convince me. We can just talk about it.
Here's why it would be bad, Emily. Because we wouldn't have as many months as a society to recklessly burn through the limited resources on this earth. And that's what makes our country so great.
Oh my God! Thanks, David.
Yeah, you bet.
You think that would be bad that we're
it'd be
not
bad.
burning up
we
the
wouldn't
resources?
be able to be patriots anymore because we wouldn't be destroying the world so quickly.
I have long been a proponent of everyone living underground because
Oh,
it is
yeah.
more temperate.
Yes.
Climate is easier to control.
Yes.
What if we hibernated underground and we lived the other part of our lives on the top side?
Is Hobbit Nate?
Yeah.
That's not a good one.
So
Hobbit Nate?
Yeah, Hobbit
Yeah,
Nate.
you shouldn't have said that.
He's my guy. Hobbit Nate, he's my dude.
that's what I
love
thought
that
you
guy.
were saying. I was like, who's Hobbit Nate?
He's a friend of
You remember
David's who
Elijah
lives
Wood
under the
played him
ground
in-
for
Very
9
hairy
months of
toes.
the year.
Elijah Wood played Hobbit Nate in that big movie, Lord of the Nate.
So here's the only thing about living underground, and maybe there's a solution. Sunlight.
You can come out.
Yeah, that's
I mean, that's kind of the
why I
problem with
think
hibernation in general.
They go to
Oh, yeah.
caves, right?
They do, but what I'm saying is maybe there's a version. The version I like I think the version I like the most is the version where I go to Costco and I buy a lot of those big barrels of like cheese puffs.
Oh,
And
yes.
then I buy
very
like
good
some
food.
new blankets and I basically go on a big shopping spree. Then I come home and I make a big nest.
Out of the cheese puffs, and you eat the blankets.
I make the nest out of the cheese puffs and the blankets.
Oh, cool.
And I like get all cozy and like Tanner and Edith are there. And then we just like binge Netflix and nap, drink hot chocolate and play games and stuff. We don't have to do anything else for several months. That's the version I like.
That could happen underground.
So you're still awake?
Yeah, we're just like we nap a lot.
Yeah, it's like the second version. So
second-
Emily's two ideas
yeah.
were
So-
humans turn into bears, or humans just agree everyone goes
That
inside.
we don't have to participate in
It's
society.
like Hig. Hig.
Yeah.
Hi, I
All
believe
right.
is the correct pronunciation.
I wish. Yeah, it's like that, but like extreme. So like you shouldn't even talk to your neighbors.
Shouldn't.
I do.
No.
Well, I wonder though. Here's what I'm wondering. If this is like you're talking about winter,
Yeah.
because right now in a little town called Australia, it's summer.
That
So
was my
do
favorite
they
Kurt
do it
Russell
No,
movie.
they do it in their winter.
So they only do it when it's
Yeah.
winter. What about
Yeah.
equatorial countries?
They
They just
don't
never do it.
They don't do it.
And that's okay because they
Correct.
just
Because they
already
live
have
where there's
winter.
sun and
Yeah.
warmth all the time and they don't deserve it.
Yeah, and their cities are drowning in the ocean.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
know. I mean, it's not fair. It just
Maybe
is.
some of the resources that we save by shutting down our country for 5 months can, probably wouldn't be donated, but
I don't know.
could be.
But are we really like saving? If we're gonna stock up and go on massive shopping sprees and like have to warm our homes, are we really like cutting down on resources?
Yeah, because
I bet we
like
are.
because
Shipping
then
alone.
yes, so like there'd be no shipping. You're not supposed to drive. All non-home places
That's a
would
lot.
be like no one would be in them or doing like no electricity would be going towards those places.
And people would buy in bigger quantities, which means less packaging.
Weren't you just saying you like the sun?
I do, but in my home, I wouldn't like literally board up my windows. I would just like I have nice windows in my house, and so the sun would stream in.
Okay.
That's how I like to
But
get
you
my
wouldn't
vitamin
leave
D.
your
Comfy.
No.
sun would come in
Right, and I also have a sun lamp.
to visit.
That would be important. I
Yeah.
think every home would need to have at least a
Yeah.
couple of those because the amount of darkness in the winter is oppressive.
And some like vitamin D supplements.
Yeah, I got to supplement that D.
So
you do.
I'm not
Like-
gonna say.
You do.
Okay, I'm gonna read a story to you
Ready.
of Carolina Olsen because I looked up human hibernation And this is a lady from Sweden who purportedly remained in hibernation between 1876 and 1908 for 32 years.
So was in a coma.
No, it's
What
different.
a baller.
It's,
I'm ready. I'm
it's
ready. Tell
different
me.
because she lived in this manner and awoke without any residual symptoms. Here's the story.
What?
She suffered a head wound. She's from a town in Sweden.
Cool.
She suffered a head wound while outdoors at age 14 in February 1876. She seemed to recover, but then on February 22nd, she complained of a toothache. Her family believed that her tooth was sore because of witchcraft, and she was ordered to go
Sure.
to bed.
Was it?
However, when she fell asleep, she did not wake up.
Witchcraft. Yeah, that sounds right.
And so she stayed asleep for 32 years.
Dang.
So
And
she
how
woke
is
up
that
and was
not a
just like,
coma?
hey guys.
So obviously, given that this is a family that also believes in witchcraft, some of the medical record of this is spotty.
Seems super trustworthy. to
So
me.
doctors noted that her hair, fingernails, and toenails did not appear to grow.
Was dead? No, wait, they do grow.
No, they didn't.
I got it backwards.
And
I got
apparently,
it
like
backwards.
her mom fed her milk and sugar water while she was
Yum.
sleeping.
Like a little butterfly.
I think the big difference is that like when she woke up, like they said she hadn't appeared to have aged. She was 45, but she appeared to be no older than 25. She had remembered everything from before, like had no ill effects. I don't know.
That's
Honestly,
pretty cool. There's parts of this that are cool.
yeah, I'm not quite sure why that's not a coma.
Not sold on all the details, and that's a coma.
But, like-
that's a coma.
Well, because generally when people wake up from comas, if they've been even way shorter than that, they still like need to relearn how to walk and talk and stuff.
Sure. But anyway, it appeared that, she didn't need as much food. And I guess, I don't know. It doesn't seem like quite as fun as what you're describing.
Right. I don't know. She got to sleep through like her late 20s and clearly it had like some nice like anti-aging properties.
That is cool. I'm intrigued.
I like the idea of a world where everyone is actually like hibernating, sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would probably be a better reset. Because the thing is, what I'm creating in my mind is the kind of thing that I do for like 2 days. And then I'm like, oh my God, you
get
feel
cabin
that like,
fever, basically.
yeah. And you feel
get
kind of like,
restless.
God, I ate all those cheese balls.
Well,
And
there
like,
wouldn't have to be
I don't even
cheese
like
balls.
this show. Why am I continuing to binge
And you
it?
wouldn't have to watch House MD.
Yes, you would.
He is mean.
So anyway, yes, continue, Mike. What would that world look like?
Well, I like the idea that like I could just go and loot people's houses while they were sleeping.
Oh, you wouldn't
Like,
sleep.
yeah, I would wake up. I would pretend to be sleeping,
God.
and then I would poke my head
No.
out, peep around, and here comes a looting spree.
would
Here
you make
comes
a
the looting
little
spree.
like Ferris Bueller, like fake Mike in the bed?
Yep, yeah,
Just in case.
because the hibernation police would
Yeah.
be coming and looking around.
Yeah, just in case.
They
You
have to
never know.
make sure people like me don't get away with that stuff, but I would because it'd be fun.
Because it'd be fun. That's rude. Yeah, it's pretty rude. You would take people's things?
Yeah, just if I mean they're asleep,
Like
they don't
what?
need them.
What would you take?
What?
Like cool shit.
So you would,
They-
Mike
you would
Larson,
steal.
you would go steal like a cool TV from a
Yeah.
family because they were
Sure.
sleeping and just take it back to your house
Yeah.
and use it.
No, only like stuff people didn't really need.
Oh, okay. So like
So if
what
they had
cool stuff?
Two cool TVs, you could take one.
Yeah.
This is the human, like, if we take the kid rule, you snooze, you lose, to its
Yeah.
logical conclusion.
I just want to
It's
hear more about the
this.
stuff that Mike would steal from
Oh, yeah,
innocent
no,
people.
me too. I think we need to.
I would
this
only,
is the rest of the
I think
podcast.
I would take
is,
stuff
Mike, what would
so
you
that
steal?
it would be stuff people wouldn't notice as much.
But it's cool
So-
stuff. So
Jewels?
But
Because jewels are pretty cool.
I would just take like a little bit of everything.
like a scoop
the
of peanut
Dawes
butter.
song.
Yeah, one scoop of peanut butter.
Haha,
And also like
looted.
stuff that people clearly like don't need. Like if somebody had like Han Solo and carbonite, like I'd be like, you don't need that.
What?
I'll take it.
They'll notice that.
Yeah, but they don't need it anyway. Like so
Okay.
I should have
So
it.
it's things that are cool that they don't need and won't notice,
Yeah.
or things
They're
that they
sleeping.
will notice but don't
but are
need.
still cool, so he still
They're
wants
sleeping,
them.
but not forever.
I'm
Yeah, they're
gonna
not
I'm gonna
dead.
look at their home and I'm gonna judge how I'm gonna judge them morally based on what's in their home.
That's
Great.
cool.
And I'm gonna relieve them of the things that are burdens to them
yeah.
already.
That's
No, that's-
perfect,
that's
airtight
awesome.
explanation.
What are you? Yeah,
You're
what
like
are
the
you gonna
reverse
do?
Santa. You come down the chimney, but you just take their shit instead of
it's
giving
like
them presents.
Santa
No, I mean-
and Robin Hood.
I already told you what I like.
Yeah.
The downside is No hospitals, I guess, probably.
Do you need them though? Everyone's asleep.
Well, but people are
But I'm
breaking into
saying-
people's houses.
No,
Maybe
that's
they're
just
not
me. I'm
asleep.
not going to hurt
No, but
anybody.
I'm saying
But
like
plenty of other people could wake up.
my
You
version.
can wake up. Anyone
No, I
can
did
wake
a
up.
special thing.
I hate these rules. You did a special thing.
my version where everybody's just chilling in their house.
Yeah.
So it's not, all of our metabolic functions haven't slowed down. We're like, I don't know if that's the right word for it. It sounded smart.
I think you're actually right because when a bear hibernates, their metabolism slows way down, and that's why they don't need as much stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm a scientist. So in my version where we're all just like hugging in our house,
hugging.
we might still need hospitals.
Yeah.
They wouldn't exist.
I think they could just be less staffed, just like on a holiday. Like less people go, but they still need to be there. Like they can still be open, but it's half the doctors. And so the doctors get to it's kind of like summer vacation for teachers. Like, being a doctor is really hard. And you could probably get more vacation time as a doctor when it's not, like the holiday rush, when it's not winter. And then when it's winter, you're required to work a little bit more, but it's like worth it.
Huh, okay.
I think there's a way to make that work societally that keeps the places you really need open while shutting down most of a society.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think that works.
Okay.
I've actually thought about it in smaller increments. I've thought that specifically Minnesota could literally survive by just shutting down in January and February and being totally okay.
The thing is, full hibernation is probably too much, but I really do think that we should, as a society, be better about being like, how about we not?
Just in
sometimes.
general?
In
not
general,
doing it?
yes. I think we should have like longer breaks. We should have shorter work weeks, 4-day work weeks, longer lunch breaks. People should take afternoon naps. That should be an accepted thing that we all do.
Sure.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
More vacation time for everybody. But in the winter, in a place like Minnesota, we should just all agree that if what happened last winter, which was like a horrible nightmare that we don't even need to talk about, if that happens again, we should all, and I do feel like we almost got there actually. Like, remember how it used to be that like you could maybe get one snow day when we were kids?
Yeah.
Last year they were just like, by the end of the winter, they were just like, fuck it, we're closed.
Like,
sorry.
listen, we're
like
crippled
we don't
by
even
this.
know what's happening.
I am a teacher. We had like a whole week off.
Yes.
It was
you did.
great.
It was so, and
it was so
like,
cold and so much snow.
it was initially it was like, oh yeah, you really have to. But by the end, there were a couple of days when I think
they could have.
They were just kind of like, whatever.
Which
This
is what
nightmare
we
is
should
never
do.
going to end.
Well,
Let's
I
just.
think it-
But yes, it was good because the stress levels get so high, and it is legitimately dangerous. Like we just all need to be better at being like, you know what? It is a nightmare outside. Don't do anything today.
Yeah.
It's
Don't
going
go
to be
out there.
fine.
Yeah.
Maybe profits will be lower, but like we can handle it.
Yeah. Half
That's
productivity.
exactly what I agree.
Right.
Yeah, even just half. Like what winter hours
Half
Yes.
days, half
a
days
thing
of school.
for some restaurants. Half days of school is great. It allows for more travel in the middle of the day when the temperatures aren't as hazardous, and it's easier to see when there are things on the road or ice or whatever. I think that's great. Have it or just like cancel half of it. Just say these 2 months, shut down. This month, shut down. Even a couple weeks. Just take a break, everyone.
I think we need to stagger it though.
You think stagger is the way?
Because like if everything's closed down, where am I going to get my snacks?
You buy them beforehand. You
Yeah.
plan.
Plan ahead.
Costco.
You can. You do all the time.
So-
I know you do.
One thing that I
Costco.
do think would be funny though, if we were more like animals, if it was that kind.
Yeah, what's that kind?
So let's say we all like actually went into a sleep.
Is it automatic or do we trigger it by
No.
saying something to ourselves?
Yeah, there's a
There's a
code word.
There's a code word.
that someone
A
speaks.
trusted friend speaks
into your
and then he
ear.
knocks you out. And it's a big circle. You have to be someone's buddy, and then once your friend is asleep, you have to find someone else to trigger
And
you.
then I don't say it.
And then Mike's like, "I'm going to
And then
steal
he
your shit."
goes and
That's my secret
steals
word.
things from poor
You don't
innocent
need
people.
this.
No one is
No,
poor.
they're rich.
And no one is
But
innocent.
they are
Emily.
innocent.
Everybody is
Rich,
poor in some
innocent
way.
People.
Okay,
Poor billionaires.
you know how when springtime comes
Yep.
and you see squirrels like running around trying to
Yeah.
find the nuts
Oh,
they buried?
Sure.
I love this scene.
What if we did that? Like, what if we like hid a bunch of stuff? Like our instincts were like
Yeah,
hide
yeah.
stuff. So we like
So Mike can't get it.
buried like Totino's pizza rolls like in the yard and
Yeah.
stuff, or like shove stuff in the couch cushions, and then you wake up a few
I
months
love
later.
that.
And everybody has to go around trying to find the
Find all their
stuff, but you can like kind of remember it, but you can't completely remember it.
I love this.
You like spend a couple weeks being like, oh my God, where did I put that?
I love it.
And everybody's just kind of in this haze of like frantically trying to find the stuff they hid.
It'd
That'd be
though.
funny.
It'd be a lot like when you find
That would be funny, wouldn't it?
Yakety sax could play.
Yeah, yakety sax.
That would be the signal that everyone was supposed to wake up. Yakety sax.
What a horrible alarm clock.
Yeah.
Ew.
Oh, do I have
I think
to?
the town mayor would go through the town and say, time to get up.
While he played yakety sax on a boombox.
Sure, yeah.
Bonk you on the head with his giant emerald cane.
Oh.
Wake up, peasant.
Do you live in Oz?
Maybe. It's
Yeah,
hard to say sometimes.
maybe you do.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I think that could be really fun. I think it would be fun to hide things. I think a lot of people would have the exciting feeling of finding a $20 bill in your jacket later. You wouldn't remember half the stuff you hid.
Right.
It'd just be like, I don't know, what did I buy? Like sometimes I even go to the grocery store and then 3 days later I'm like, what do I have to make? And I forget that I bought
It's
something
so
really
exciting.
tasty. And I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, oh yeah. Granted, I would have to plan, and I know that's scary, but we can do it.
That's what I would also do. I would also leave everyone a mystery gift.
You'd steal something and then leave them a mystery gift.
Yeah, everyone would get something from someone else.
From someone else's house.
If you just rotated the things, I feel like that's way less immoral.
Yeah, but also a lot of energy where you could just be literally sleeping.
But I like that as a game.
I can't sleep for that
Going
long.
into someone's house and saying, what is the thing that they need the least, but that is still cool?
Yeah, and put it in someone else's
and
house.
taking it and putting it in someone else's
they
house.
would get to meet new people.
It's a swap meet,
It's like
but
a
you
weird
run it,
Christmas.
and it's
Yeah.
non-consensual.
Yeah, I would
they
be.
don't know it's
I would
happening.
be like the saint of hibernation.
Saint Mix-em-ups.
Sure, yeah, Saint Mix-em-ups, and I would have a rap theme that
Saint
I played.
Augustile. That's something.
It doesn't have no saint's name is a pun, so it doesn't have
That
to
one
be a
is.
pun.
I just did it, baby.
Yeah, you did do that. But I think that could be really nice. Like, I think, yeah, if it's going to be like a wintertime tradition, I think the springtime, as we've discussed on the podcast before, the worst time of year.
Yeah.
Because it's never really spring until like June. And then you're like, okay, it's summer now. I
And
guess
then
spring
it's like
is done.
2 days, yeah.
So I think if you had a waking up ceremony and there was a lot of traditions, like people are going to see their friends and there's having feasts and they're finding out what I took from their homes and redistributed to their other friends. I think that would be a really fun like way to have some
Yeah.
new traditions.
Would be.
I like that.
Are we going to sleep through Christmas?
Yeah.
We could.
Okay.
It's fine. I feel like it's played out, honestly. I mean, come on.
That's my
The war on Christmas has
hell
won.
yes.
Christmas
I'm
is
just
done.
saying, like, would you
Christmas is
really be
over.
that upset?
This is my new favorite.
Like if someone was
no,
like-
this is the new get off next door. Food is food. Don't make zoodles. Christmas is played out.
I'm
This
just
is my new
saying,
favorite.
like,
We're kind of over it, aren't
If-
we? As a society.
if I instead slept for a week, like if someone
Yeah,
was like
it's
full
not
week
bad.
of nice solid sleep or Christmas, there's other good food I can eat. I can buy myself
Yeah.
presents.
Does it start
I'm into that.
before? Do we miss Thanksgiving too? Because I'm fine with that one.
Yeah, I mean it's cold AF right now and it's not
So like
Thanksgiving
just
yet.
right after Halloween, maybe.
Yes, yep.
I think
November
I would
1st.
do this if I could wake up in like mid-September, so I'm just awake for the Halloween times.
You want to be awake only for 1 month,
For 1 month. It's the
September
best
a month and
also.
a half. Okay.
September is pre-Halloween.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I have to make up for the time that I'm awake
But you do
during
have
the
to
Right,
wake up
else.
because
Yeah.
you're the Saint
have to-
It's a
Lutherville
hard,
or whatever.
hard burden to bear.
You have to be St. Thomas Aquinas.
Yeah, I like that one.
Pope John Steele II.
No, I don't like that one.
I'm bad at this.
If anybody has any thoughts for me about how I cannot want to hibernate through this winter, send them my way, please. I'm scared.
It's a good idea. If you have any tips, send them to us on Twitter or email them to us.
Or let's just hibernate. Let's just do it.
Yeah, say them to us while we all fall asleep as the mayor all bids us adieu.
No, the mayor wakes us up.
Oh, who puts us to sleep?
Your friend.
The Slayer.
Your friend.
Remember? Your friend
Okay, we're
whispers
going
your
with
magic
that.
word.
I do like the friendship magic word thing because it allows you to be kind of like a spiritual buddy.
And then
Like, you have to feel very safe with someone to let them put you to sleep.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I'm the final friend that no one puts to sleep.
Final friend is a good name
I
for
don't know
you.
if that's a good name. The final
Hi,
friend.
I'm Mike Larson, the final friend.
No one puts me to sleep.
Our last segment is No questions asked. And it's where I ask a question and you guys have to answer it, and you can't say anything else or ask me any other questions or I'll never be your friend again.
Wow.
Would you rather live in a nest made of snack foods or live in a nest made of socks from an unknown origin?
Snack foods.
Snack foods.
Snack foods.
Sleep now.
I'm marching,
Theme music by Jaden James and the Hunger. Logo by Christian Hagen. Edited by David Gucci. If you want more of our hypothetical content, join our Facebook group or like our posts on Twitter or Instagram or give us some stars and a review on iTunes or wherever the heck you get your podcasts.
The other day, my mom was over and someone walked onto her porch and I thought they were going to knock on the door, but they didn't. They just left.
Oh, scary.
And then my mom opened the door and there was a bag right outside the door that said baby.
And there was a baby inside.
No. So she brought it
just said
inside and it was like a
baby?
gift. And I was like, well, who was it? And she looked outside and she's like, I don't know. It
just
a
said
woman.
baby?
And my mom like kind of waved and the person waved back and then got in their car and drove away.
What?
And I was like, I don't know who this is. So I opened the card and they didn't sign it.
Oh my God.